It's AEW Draft League week number 5, and here's the recap of the week before AEW Redemption Week. Beach Break was awesome, and while there wasn't as much action compared to last week, we do have most of the picture of AEW Redemption set throughout this week. A bunch of matches were finalized after the past number of weeks of television, while some worthwhile promos set us up for some unexpected matches as well. This week will be a lot more abbreviated because I know I'll have to go over a pay-per-view in addition to everything else next week. Let's go over what happened this week for everyone. I will say though, I'm proud to be a misogynist with the Bang Bang Gang. Guns up, as they say. FJ's redemption arc is finally paying off in week number 5, as Chibi got a startling amount of points out of his squad, and don't ask me how he knew Claudio would be getting a title match at Redemption with Pac. Well, not with Pac, but Pac is on his team and he's getting a match, you know what I'm saying. Adam Copeland and Mystico both successfully defended titles this week on Dynamite and ROH. Cope had a great week for him. All I have to do is be critical of people to get them going, I suppose. The Doggos continue to get plenty of TV time as well in their brewing war with the Bang Bang Gang, but I will not put my guns down. FJ's women's roster were off this week, feeding into the Bang Bang Gang's shared love of misogyny, but he still had a fine enough week thanks to, you guessed it, Bandito, who had another couple of matches and yet another successful ROH World title defense on Collision. His Flex Spot Trios members are all over TV, as is Jay White since his return. Kenny Omega had a fantastic promo, though a bit long, on Dynamite, setting up his world title defense at Redemption with Kevin Knight. Goose had her weakest point yet, but it's more due to injury than anything else. Though I think that changes once this week rolls over, and she'll be making some roster moves that will take effect during Redemption Week. Plus, Lita Cross and Darby Allin have championship-related matches next week, even outside of Redemption on Dynamite. Gotta stop giving Darby things to light on fire, Tony. A massive week for Magic thanks to FJ's redemption arc. Dalton Castle and the Outrunners finally showed up again and successfully defended the ROH 6-man titles on ROH this week. My god, what a huge help that Magic sorely needed this week. Everyone else was on TV in some form too. Even good old Daniel Garcia got a tag title shot this week. Insanely big week for him, as you'll soon see. Takeshita getting Mora one more point out of nowhere before leaving for Japan for the G1 this week on Dynamite just proves you can get appearances from out of nowhere. Kevin Knight had another successful TNT title defense this week as well, helping her cause. Along with our father, Christian Cage, successfully defending his tag titles with Cope too. She's got a lot of champs defending, as well as people challenging for titles at Redemption next Sunday. Mr. Consistent is back, even with Hangman and Statlander getting the week off. Will Ospreay is having matches and getting meaningful promo time too for Reaper. Seems like Murder Ospreay is starting to poke out a little bit as well. Fletcher continues to have great matches as well as title defenses and wins, and aura, and anything else you want to add as an adjective every week. Lio Rush too, since both of these guys are defending their titles every week. Next week will be a busy week for Megan Bain, Kyle Fletcher, and William, as they're now all over TV and on Redemption as well. What was your favorite match this week? My top 3 this week were Commander vs. Fletcher from Dynamite for the international title, Kevin Knight vs. AR Fox for the TNT Championship on Collision, as well as Nick Wayne vs. Jack Perry, which was on Collision as well. The standings this week are as follows, week number 5, mind you, and it's the closest everyone has been since week number 1. In 6th place is Magic, but he now has a whopping 134 points thanks to a massive 44-point week. Everyone but MJF made appearance, and the 21 points out of Dalton Castle and the Outrunners, as well as the FJ's Redemption Art points, have helped him close the gap tremendously. In 5th place is Chibi with 144 points, who is also now in the thick of it this season, partially thanks to FJ's Redemption Art. Misko got a title defense in, and he ended up getting a huge 38-point total this week. Adam Copeland and Hikaru Shida balled out, and everyone made an appearance except for Red Velvet. In 4th place is Goose with 159 points, having one of her worst weeks with only 14 points total. But if she can figure out Mark Briscoe and Harley Cameron's situations, she should be fine in the build after Redemption to All In Wembley. Short, sweet, and easy. Sorry, Goose. In 3rd place with 167 points is Reaper. Don't you dare think it either. Reaper had a ton of points this week, but also had to leave some on the table with Chris Statlander and Adam Page not making appearances. Otherwise, it was his normal slew of having almost everyone on TV doing something, led by Kyle Fletcher. In 2nd place is FJ with 168 points. FJ had 23 points, and not getting Persephone and Tekla on this week really hurt him more than anything, as he had his normal week otherwise. Maybe the whole misogyny thing with the Bang Bang Gang needs to be toned back just one tiny notch. And in 1st place is Mora with 169 points, as she had 29 points this week. Those missing appearances from FJ and Reaper squads, as well as Takeshita getting one last bitch in at Kyle Fletcher, and Kazuchika Okada with his appearance on Dynamite gave her that extra point to overtake FJ. It also helped that Papa Christian and the Jet Kevin Knight are on her roster doing things as well. And that's it! Straight and to the point. The AEW Tag Champs in Cope and Cage, as well as Bandito, are MVPs this week with 9 points each. See you next Tuesday! But not in that way, for a big Week 6 recap coming off of AEW Redemption.
A misogynist?
Yeah, we love massages.